you're dying. Not someday, right now. Every second you spend complaining is a second you'll never get back. And the worst part, you know this. Deep down, you know you're wasting your life, but you keep doing it anyway. Let me ask you something that's going to hurt. When did you become this person? When did you trade your dreams for excuses? When did you start choosing comfort over growth? Because I remember a different you. I remember when you had fire in your eyes. There was a version of you that wanted more. That version believed anything was possible, but somewhere along the way, you let people convince you that you weren't special. You let their doubts become your doubts. You let their limitations become your ceiling. And now you complain. You complain about your job, your relationship, your body, your bank account. You complain about the hand you were dealt, about how unfair life is, about how nobody gave you a chance. But here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. Complaining is easier than changing. It's easier to point fingers than to look in the mirror. It's easier to blame the world than to take responsibility. It's easier to talk about what you're going to do than to actually do it. You say you want more, but your actions say you want comfort. You say you're ready for success, but you're not even willing to be uncomfortable for it. You say you're different, but you do the exact same thing every single day and somehow expect different results. That's not ambition. That's insanity. Let me paint you a picture of your life right now. You wake up, you check your phone, you scroll through other people living their dreams while you lie there thinking about yours. You tell yourself one day. You hit snooze. You drag yourself out of bed already defeated before the day even starts. You go through the motions. You do the bare minimum. And then you come home and complain about why your life isn't changing. Do you see the problem? You're waiting for permission that's never coming. You're waiting for the perfect moment that doesn't exist. You're waiting for someone to believe in you when you don't even believe in yourself. And while you're waiting, while you're complaining, while you're making excuses, there's someone out there with less talent than you, fewer resources than you, more obstacles than you, and they're winning. They're building. They're growing. They're becoming the person you wish you were. Why? Because they made a decision that you haven't made yet. They decided that action beats complaining. They decided that one step forward is better than 1,000 excuses. They decided to stop being the victim and start being the victor. Here's what kills me. If you could see what some people are going through right now, you'd be ashamed of your complaints. There are people fighting battles you couldn't imagine. There are people who would give anything to have your problems, because at least your problems mean you're alive, you're healthy, you're capable. There's someone right now who would trade places with you in a heartbeat. Someone who sees your life and thinks, if I had that opportunity, I'd change the world. But you're taking it for granted. You're throwing away chances that other people would die for. So let me ask you, what are you going to do about it? Because here's the thing, you don't have unlimited time. You don't have infinite chances. Every day you waste is a day you'll never get back. Every opportunity you ignore might be the last one you get. You keep saying, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into next month. Next month turns into next year. And before you know it, a decade has passed, and you're still in the same place, still making the same excuses, still waiting for your life to magically change. It won't. Not until you change. Not until you step outside that comfort zone that's keeping you small. Not until you face the fear that's been holding you back. Not until you take responsibility for where you are and where you're going. You want to know what separates the people who make it from the people who don't? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not who they know. It's their willingness to suffer for what they want. They're willing to be uncomfortable. They're willing to be misunderstood. They're willing to fail, to look stupid, to hear no 1,000 times, because they know that on the other side of that suffering is everything they've ever wanted. But most people aren't willing to pay that price. They want the reward without the struggle, the trophy without the training, the success without the sacrifice. That's not how this works. You were chosen, not by accident, not by luck. You're here, breathing, alive right now, because there's something only you can do, something the world needs. Something that dies with you if you don't step up. But here's what breaks my heart. You're settling. You're playing small. You've convinced yourself that okay is good enough. It's not. And deep down, you know it's not. Let me tell you what's happening to you right now. You've put yourself in a box, a comfortable little prison where you tell yourself you're fine. You're not thriving, you're surviving. You're not living, you're existing. And worst of all, you've made peace with it. You wake up, go through the motions, and convince yourself this is just how life is. This is your lot. This is what you get. But that's a lie. That's the lie lazy people tell themselves so they don't have to face the uncomfortable truth. You stopped reaching. You stopped dreaming. You stopped pushing. You became so afraid of failing that you stopped trying altogether. You traded your potential for comfort, your purpose for predictability, and now you're stuck. Stuck in a job that drains you, stuck in a routine that numbs you, stuck in a life that doesn't excite you anymore. When did you become this person? When did you decide that good enough was your ceiling? Listen to me carefully. Nothing great ever came from staying comfortable. You want to evolve? You want to grow? You want to become the person you know you're capable of being? Then you need to understand something fundamental about success. It's not easy. It's not smooth. It's not a straight line up. Success is struggle. It's challenge. It's facing things that scare you, confuse you, break you down so you can be built back stronger. That's the price. That's what it costs. But here's what you're doing instead. You're feeding your potential with negativity. You're drowning your dreams in doubt. You're killing your future with fear. Being negative doesn't make you grow. It makes you shrink. Doubt doesn't protect you. It paralyzes you. Complaining doesn't change anything. It just keeps you stuck. You want to know why you're not where you want to be. Because you're still holding on to the mindset that's keeping you small. You keep waiting for the struggle to end. You keep hoping it'll get easier. You keep thinking, once I get past this, then I'll be happy. But that's not how life works. The struggle never ends. You just get stronger. The challenges don't disappear. You just get better at facing them. Remember when you wanted more? Remember when you had hunger, when you had fire, when you believed you were destined for something greater? That person is still inside you, buried under excuses and fears and all the times you quit on yourself, but they're still there. Right now, I need you to do something for me. Stop, take a breath, and look at your life honestly. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're complaining about, whatever you think is breaking you, I want you to understand something. You were built to last, not built to be fragile, not built to crumble at the first sign of pressure. Built to last, you're being tested right now. Life is throwing everything at you to see what you're made of. And I know it feels like too much. I know it feels like you're breaking. I know there are days where you want to give up, but you don't get that luxury. You don't get to quit. You don't get to throw in the towel. You don't get to waste the gift you've been given just because it's hard. Do me a favor. When you're done watching this, I want you to visit your local hospital. Walk down those halls. Look at the faces of people fighting for one more day. Children battling diseases, parents holding on to hope, elderly people who would give anything for the health and time you're wasting right now. Each one of them is fighting something you can't see. Each one of them would trade places with you in a heartbeat. Each one of them sees life as precious because they're watching it slip away. And you're here complaining about your problems. I want you to drive through neighborhoods where people sleep on concrete, where families don't know where their next meal is coming from, where children wear the same clothes day after day because it's all they have. Look at them. Really look at them. And then come back and tell me your life is so hard. Come back and tell me you have the right to quit. Come back and tell me you can't make it. You can't. Because the truth is, your troubles aren't that bad. So, here's what I need you to understand. You are qualified. You are equipped. You are capable. You are strong enough, smart enough, brave enough to do the thing you keep putting off. But you have to decide, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when conditions are perfect. Now, decide that you're done playing small. Decide that you're done accepting less. Decide that you're done letting fear make your decisions, because you were not put on this earth to be ordinary. You were not given this life to waste it. You were not built to break. You were built to last, to endure, to overcome, to rise. And every single time you want to quit, every single time you want to complain, every single time you want to give up, I want you to remember there are people who would give anything to have your chance. Don't waste it. Don't throw it away because it's hard. Don't surrender because it's uncomfortable. Don't quit because you're scared. The world is waiting for what only you can give, the impact only you can make, the difference only you can create. But it only happens if you stop hiding. It only happens if you stop settling. It only happens if you step out of that box and into your purpose. You were built to last. So stop acting like you're fragile. Stop treating yourself like you're breakable. Stop living like you're not enough. You are enough. You always have been. You just forgot. Now remember and show the world what you're really made of.